Welcome back to Sutra South Africa in proud collaboration with Change Cars. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today, guys, join me inside the Mercedes Benz A200 hatchback. So I'm gonna tell you every single thing you need to know about this vehicle, from how much it costs, external look of the vehicle, internal look of the vehicle, the options that you can actually spec this vehicle with, and total cost of ownership. And it's a very expensive one, but I'll tell you when you get there. But for now, let's speak about the exterior. So starting off with the exterior, and actually I'm going over a hump now. So before I actually speak about anything else, I need to tell you how low this car is. So when you drive in this vehicle, it's very low. So basically, almost every single Mercedes Benz that is not an SUV is quite low. So I've had the opportunity to drive the C classes, and if you watch my C class review, you click the pop-up banner, you'll find that the first thing I always speak about or complain about is how low the vehicles are. So it goes to right through from the C class to the A class. The A class that I'm driving is quite low as well, so I know how to approach certain speed humps because of I've driven the C class and I know what to expect. So you will bottom out depending on how you enter the hump, so you need to go very slowly. Sometimes you need to drive it like a stance vehicle. So from that's the exterior look, that's the exterior of the vehicle. That's the first thing that you will notice, is the first thing that you will get. Then the overall look of the vehicle, so this is a facelift, so they've changed up the front headlamps and the rear tail lights. That's the main difference from the back. But the exterior of the vehicle, I actually do like this car. There is no point where I don't like it. From the back, the front, every single angle I like. So this car comes in a hatchback. I'm in a hatchback. There's a sedan. I will get the sedan after this one, and 200D. So I'm not really a fan of the sedan. I used to be a fan of a sedan in the 835 form, but I think my mind has changed. I'm leaning more to the hatchback because it looks much better. I think for this vehicle, it looks much better for the A class. When you look at the A3s, I prefer the sedan in the A3. But for the Mercedes, I really like this hatchback that I'm in. So the wheels, these are optional wheels. These are 19-inch alloy wheels. You pay a premium for them as well as part of the options of the vehicle. But from the extra, that's the option you'll see. And the headlamps, there's an additional option. So the headlamps do this nice thing at night. Same thing like from VW, like the IQ lights basically. So when you're driving and it's on automatic headlamps, it'll high beam certain areas. So if there's a car coming on the right hand side, it'll high beam the left hand side only. Once that car passes on the right hand side, it'll high beam to the right hand side as well. So you could be driving on bright lights all the time, but it'll be taking here and there, blanking out. So it's actually a nice thing. I actually like. It's an option that I'll take. Now moving on to the interior of the vehicle. So the interior of the vehicle, if you've been in modern Mercedes Benzes, you'll pick it up. This is a good looking vehicle. So we've taken the steering wheel that was introduced in the latest C class and pushed it into this one. So it's a steering wheel that I have a love and hate relationship with. So I like the look of it. I like the feel of the steering wheel. But the hate part comes into the haptic feedback controls, but you get used to them. So I feel like if it's your car, you will get used to them. It's not something that will deter you from buying this vehicle, and it's not something that will deter you from liking this vehicle, because I still do like this vehicle. So that's with regards to where you're sitting with the steering wheel. They've updated the infotainment system and the digital instrument cluster to the latest ones that they're using across their models. So that's a lovely feature. So now speaking about the seats, so this is the first time I'm actually driving an A class extensively, like for a long period of time. So these seats, I was never a fan of these seats. The design since the previous model, I was never a fan of them, and I still have a kind of a love and hate relationship with these seats, because they look good, but they kind of feel not as supportive as I'd want them to be in something entry level quotation marks. But the seats I really do like is the bucket seats, and I know I'm contradicting myself when it comes to feeling. Bucket seats feel good, like they hug you, and these ones also do give you that. But honestly, I just feel like the shape, and yeah, it's just my personal opinion with regards to seats. But the seats, here they are. You'll tell me if you like them, if you don't like them. So this one is optional with memory seat function. So you get memory seat function 1, 2, and 3. That is an optional extra. So I'm gonna speak about the optional extras now. Actually, whilst I'm still inside, that's an optional extra. You get blind spot monitoring. That's an optional extra. I told you about the lights. Then it has advanced sound system. That's an optional extra. And you can still spec a higher sound system, which is the Burmeister. That's an optional extra. What am I missing? Keyless entry, keyless entry and keyless go, that's an optional extra. Keyless start is not an optional extra because every single vehicle you will have to push start basically. So I've spec'd out this vehicle. I might have missed a few things and I was speaking it out, or might have added a few things and I was speaking it out. But the pricing of this vehicle starts at 755. But actually, before we speak about the pricing of this vehicle, I need to tell you about the drive so you can end it off with cost of ownership. So how is the drive of the vehicle? Honestly, this car is powered by a 1.3 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which produces 120 kilowatts and 250 newton meters of torque. For the day-to-day driving, you see, like the way I'm driving very relaxed, very smoothly. I'm not punching it, or I'm not being a sporty driver or anything like that. The car is perfect. For the day-to-day driving, city driving, the car is perfect. The car gets the job done. You won't feel the need for more power. Where you'll feel the need for more power, or where you'll pick up that it's a small engine being a 1.3 liter, is when, let's say you're on the highway or you're on back roads, for example, and you want to overtake or you want to build up speed quickly. Put your foot down, the car will make a lot of noise, but you'll feel that it's trying to get to that speed because it's a small engine with a turbo. So it doesn't give off that it's a big engine, let me get to speed quickly. It will get to the speed, but it will scream to get to the speed. So that's when you get to realize that actually the engine is quite small, but the car is quite small itself. So it's something that you will feel. So personally, I would have wished for a bit more power, a bit more kilowatts, maybe like 10 or 20 more, or a different engine as a whole. So I'm not really, personally, I would have liked the 1.5 liter that is used in the C200 in this. That will be very interesting in terms of power, because that one handles much better, feels much better as well, and gives the driver response much better, so it gets to speed much better as well. So I would have liked that, and not this 1.3 cylinder that's in here. And speaking of the engine, or how the car is in terms of the drive, so when you're creeping, right, so if I slow down now, when you're creeping, right, so let me go. So basically from 0 to 10, when you're creeping in traffic, this car does this jerking thing, like it goes and I don't understand why. Honestly, I don't understand why, and it irks the living hell out of me. So I don't like that. That's like my number one thing that I don't like about this vehicle, above the engine or anything else. But when you're creeping, like if you slow down like this, right, and then you're just creeping forward, there, it's doing this. Obviously, I don't think a video will be able to tell, but just believe I can tell. So when you go on, if you're going to buy this vehicle and you're going to test drive it like this, like how I'm driving, and then just slow down. Just slow down and drive it and creep forward, just to feel that. And tell me if that's fine for you, or maybe it's just this unit, I don't know, but it's something that I picked up which I do not like. As regards to the drive of the vehicle, the car being low, you'll get used to it. It does get tiring over time if you live in an area where there's a lot of speed humps. It does get tiring, but you will get used to it. You will get over it because it will be your car on a day-to-day basis. Now, speaking about the price of the vehicle, this car, the starting price of this vehicle is 750,000 rand. That's the base model. No optional extras, no nothing. That is the base model, right? This one, as you can see on the overplay videos, is not a base model. I tried to spec the things that I can see. So obviously the AMG line, that's the first thing I spec'd. So I spec'd it. It went all the way up to 896,000 rand on spec. And there's a few things. So Mercedes Benz, the configurator is a bit confusing. There's certain things you can spec, but there's certain things that come in a package. So it's a bit confusing. So my spec sheet is just under 900,000 rand. So I'm gonna round it up and say those car cost 900,000 rand. And if you finance this vehicle over a period of 12 months, which is 60 over a period of 5 years, which is 60 months, at an interest rate of 12.25%, Chase Cars recommending net bank vehicle finance, which is MFC, you're looking at paying 20,100 rand for this vehicle. It's a lot of money, but you do understand the luxury of this vehicle. So Benz didn't cheap out in terms of them making it feel like you're in a Mercedes Benz. It does feel like a Mercedes Benz, although it's an entry level into the Mercedes Benz, into the Mercedes lineup. It is a Mercedes Benz. It feels like a Mercedes Benz. So the 20,000 rand, it's, for me as a car guy, it's a lot of money. But for someone that just wants a car and they can afford it, 20,000 rand leaving every month for this vehicle, I don't think it will really bother you if you really do like this vehicle. But for me as a car guy, I'm thinking a lot. You give me 750 even, I'm thinking a lot of cars. You give me 900,000 rand, I'm thinking a lot of cars. Whereas for not someone that's minded like me or has the mindset of a car enthusiast or someone that just wants a nice small car, you're not thinking like that. You're thinking 750. You're thinking, what can I buy for 750? So that fits my lifestyle. Something small, something that's day to day. You're gonna be like, but I want something more premium. So you're gonna be like, okay, there's the Mercedes Benz A200. You're like, oh, okay. There's also the Audi A3. And then you're gonna be, oh, there's the BMW 1 Series. And then you're just gonna keep it at those three. You're not gonna think about anything else because you want a specific type of vehicle. And then lined up against those three, there's the 1 Series. I personally not really a fan of that 1 Series. Yeah, it's touch and go. Then there's the A3. I really do like that vehicle. Then there's the A200. I really do like this vehicle. So lined up those three vehicles, I personally, if I had the money and you're to say, Nikki, choose between those three vehicles, I'm definitely taking the Mercedes Benz. But once we go higher, once you say A35 S3, now you have me thinking now. You say A45S RS3, you have me thinking, although I know where I would go there, but I'll leave that for when I'm reviewing either of those vehicles. So I need you guys to understand the type of person that's buying this vehicle and the type of way they think, you know? So the type of person that wants this vehicle, they're not thinking, I can get an A-class, but I can go to the Chinese and get more the car, half the price. I need you guys to understand that. But yeah, I've told you every single thing you need to know about this vehicle. Comment down below if you would buy. I think I'm not for this review. I want you guys to tell me between the BMW 1 Series, the Audi A3, and the Mercedes Benz A200, because those are the three competitors, right? Where would you spend your money? Please, just those three. I know you guys are gonna want to comment. What about the Chinese? What about? No, guys, please. For this video, focus on that. On the next Mercedes video, then you can tell me about the Chinese, maybe. But for this video, please focus on those three. Tell me where you spend your money. And if you do own this vehicle, tell me how it's been treating you. If you do maybe want to upgrade to this vehicle, ask me questions. I'll answer you. Anything that I wasn't able to cover in this video, just ask me in the comment down below. I'll like and I'll respond to you. But I've told you every single thing you need to know about this vehicle. I hope you guys did like the content. As always, I'm Nicky Nash in proud collaboration with Change Cars from South Africa. I'm signing out. And you know how we do this side when you end the review?